Welcome back to the Moms Interrupted podcast.
We're your hosts, Taylor and Natasha.
Between us, we're moms of two raising little ones with backgrounds in lactation counseling, childbirth education, and doula support.
But more than anything, we're two moms figuring it out in real time, just like you. So reheat your coffee, get comfy on the couch, and join us every Thursday morning.
This is Moms Interrupted.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Moms Interrupted podcast. We have
I'm Tasha. And I'm Taylor.
As you can tell, we have a male voice on the podcast today.
Yeah.
First time we have a male voice on the podcast. Oh, no, we've had a pediatrician, one male pediatrician.
Slightly less qualified than...
Anyway, this is my husband, Connor. This is exciting that we're recording this today because it's our son's birthday. He is 3.
He's been asking, is today my birthday for the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, maybe 3 weeks. It's really cute. Every morning he wakes up and he's like, is it my birthday? Where's my fire truck? Where's my horse? I would say the first birthday where he really knows what's going on. So
And
it's
had fun at his own birthday. That was the first time.
Yeah, he had a lot of fun. And what that means is that it is our 3-year anniversary of being parents to the day today.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 3 years to talk about.
3
in
years
one
and 9 months. I would start at it.
Oh, because pregnancy.
There we go.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
3 years and 10 months.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yep.
So anyway, we get a lot of questions about the male perspective, specifically our husband's perspective. And instead of Natasha and I just answering over stories, we thought it would be really fun to switch things up and pull the audience for some questions for one of our husbands. So Connor was the lucky husband that got chosen for this.
Chosen or the only one that volunteered, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm excited to be here. My first podcast, so I'm following your lead here today.
But number one fan of ours.
Number one fan. Definitely number one fan.
Connor tends to send Natasha and I lots of advice and feedback.
That's what husbands are supposed to do, I think.
And tell them what you were doing.
Yeah, so I guess I have 2 Tashas or Natashas in my phone. So I was texting Taylor, who I have her number, of course, and then a Natasha in a group text and sending them articles and whatever weird things men send to women. And turns out it was a different Natasha who never responded.
Do you even know who it was?
I have no idea.
Could have been a random previous fling.
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe. Who knows?
And then finally Natasha was like, you just thought I was mean and not responding for months? Like, that's so not Natasha. Anyway, let's jump right into it. Let's start from the beginning. So how did you know that you wanted to be a dad?
I think I've always wanted to be a dad. I don't know. I think I've always had good relationships with kids and liked being around them. My family is really small, so both of my cousins are only children. And I always felt like I grew up in families where the get-togethers were small. Sometimes couldn't even get cousins or aunts and uncles to join things. So I always felt like I wanted a big family. And I found Taylor, who wanted the same thing. And I knew would be a great mom from the start.
Cute. So obviously I had some pretty rough pregnancies.
Definitely. That's my only frame of reference. So, but I've heard stories about easy pregnancies. So
Yeah.
I guess I know the difference.
Yeah. So in your eyes, the first glimpse of fatherhood was my pretty tough pregnancy with our son. What were your initial thoughts about that?
I think I kind of just took it as it came and try to be there for you and try to be as helpful as possible. I think I was pretty helpful. I didn't take that much paternity leave on both kids, but...
How much paternity leave did you take for both kids?
I took at least a week on both of them. But I don't know. I work from home. I'm very helpful. Luckily, I work from home now, so twice a week I'm probably putting Kelly down for naps and trying to fill in. I didn't take as much as I maybe should have, but I felt like, in my mind, this was my plan. It was a week, don't touch my computer or my phone, which 90% was there. And then for the next couple of months, just work from home a lot and try to be handy and make sure I'm there a lot. I think I did a good job at that one.
Yeah. For me, in the newborn phase, as an exclusive breastfeeding woman, I feel like there was only so much you could do, and they're kind of blobs at that point.
Right.
So in my eyes, it was more helpful for me, for you to take more time off throughout the days,
Right.
prolonged for a long time,
Right.
than a ton of time off in just like
Quickly.
2 months,
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for fathers who are entering the phase of pregnancy?
Yeah. Maybe not advice, maybe just something that I've thought about after that I didn't do well is I think with our first baby, I was very aware. Oh, my wife's pregnant. I'm going to go, do this and this and this, and I'm going to be really helpful. And she's upset. I'm going to, let it pass and not, not go after a comment or something. And then I think by the second baby, it felt a little more routine to me. So I wasn't as attentive and thoughtful of, oh, my wife's pregnant. I got to be on my A game. So I think that's something I can't imagine people having 10 kids 100 years ago, right? It just kind of becomes routine probably. But yeah, I think just taking a second to say, I know this has already happened before. I know I have a kid to deal with, but just making sure you remember my wife's still pregnant. I still have to be on my A game and be attentive and help out through a really hard period, especially for you. So I think that's a good lesson maybe, is just make sure when baby number 2 comes, you take it just as seriously, but probably have more knowledge and understanding of what can happen and how your partner's feeling.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you think is the biggest difference from when we had our first baby 3 years ago versus now we added a new baby? She's now 4 months old and we have a 3-year-old toddler. What do you think is the biggest difference between us going from 1 kid to 2 kids?
I think first kid, everything's new. You don't have I know this is going to happen. I know this cue when they start rubbing their eyes, they're tired. Kind of all the knowledge you get from the first kid makes the second kid easier, but then it's just, you got another screaming kid. And I think that's the difficulty with 2 is everyone's on no matter what. If our son's not screaming, our daughter's screaming, vice versa. I think that one of the hardest things has been our son wanting attention while I'm helping our daughter out. And I met this nice lady who is a psychologist at the park maybe 6 months ago, and she gave me a good tip on if you're holding your newborn and your older child comes by and it says, hey, I want to go play with the puzzle, I want to do this, and you're holding a baby, not necessarily saying, oh, sorry, I'm holding so-and-so, I can't do that now, but just redirecting things so there's not that animosity built up between your older child and your younger child, and just redirecting it. I'd love to. Give me a couple minutes. I'm going to go over there and help you. That's why I love talking to older people, is they give you really good tips on how to do things. That's been really helpful. I think our 2 kids have good relationships. I don't feel the animosity between, I don't get that much attention because of this. Our son had a lot more tantrums for the first couple months, but I think seems like he's over those.
Yeah.
We have a new addition to the podcast. We were talking yesterday about advice for the first 6 months or the newborn days.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any great advice other than it's just going to be hard, really, really hard. For me, it's like 6 months is the hard part. Hopefully that's what we're getting close to with baby number 2. And I think it's just like, we're going to get through this. Let's try to stay as positive and happy and enjoy the first 6 months as much as possible. Just get through it. To me, every 6 months with a baby is more and more fun. We went to the beach yesterday. I probably had the best beach day of my life with my son, and just knowing that it gets easier and easier every day. I think it's obviously way harder on you than it is on me. One thing that was different from baby number 1 to baby number 2, I think baby number 1, me and you and baby were sleeping in the same room, and I was waking up every 2 or 3 hours. I don't know what I did there. It's still kind of a blacked out time in my mind, but it was wake up, hand one thing to you, and then I
think it made things worse.
It might have. So I think something that I'm super proud of you and thankful for is that you've been taking the brunt for baby number 2.
But you've been doing even more during the day than with our first.
In the morning, yeah.
It feels like
day.
it.
And then I sleep with our oldest, which I enjoy mostly. And I don't know, I just think we've gotten so much better as a team with baby number 2. And maybe baby number 3, and whoever knows what comes after.
You bring up a good point, though. It's not all about the acts that you're doing, but the attitude you bring to the table. Because I'm the stressed and anxious parent, and you bring the calm, cool, and collected attitude to the table that I think really balances everything out. And the positivity and just being positive through parenthood is so important. And I don't know what I would do without you being so positive.
Thank you. I try. Especially in these day and age, social media, everyone's looking for the silver bullet. Like, oh, you do this thing, it's going to be easy. You do this thing, it's going to make your life better. I just think it's supposed to be hard the first 6 months. They're so vulnerable. They're so small. No one's sleeping. There's no way it's not going to be hard. It's going to happen. Enjoy it. Once they start smiling, once they start giggling and laughing, it's so much fun.
I remember Connor said a hot take once. Our audience love these hot takes. I remember I brought up a night nurse or someone using one, and you were like, I feel like that's cheating the right of initiation to parenthood. You're it's supposed
hard.
To be miserable.
It's just hard.
Yeah. It's really hard.
But then it gets fun and stays fun.
What has been the most fun stage for you?
I think it keeps getting more fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. A year ago, I'd have been I love 2-year-olds. 2-year-olds are the best. Let's have more 2-year-olds. And then
newborns, I feel like
3.
you tend to be
Yeah, I think that's probably normal for most men. I think it's just hard. There's nothing there's no activity, there's no puzzle to play with. Again, once they start smiling, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. I think that you might be the top 5%
Yes.
dad of baby wearing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you remember this, but recently we were at an event for the 4th of July and a grandma approached you and was shocked / elated / so excited to talk to you about the fact that you were wearing our daughter for her nap.
She was just amazed, like, oh my God, I can't believe. I think it was like more of a general comment, like, I can't believe your generation spent so much time with your kids for 2 hours walking around bouncing up and down at a carnival for the 4th of July holding a baby. And then we sat down and I chatted with her for like 2 hours maybe. And she was introducing me to her kids and her grandkids and stuff.
Connor started asking her really random questions.
I love learning. I mean, one of my soapbox thing, I think so much of at least our close friends in our generation, right? At least the ones that spend as much time with their kids as we do are so over-parenting, in my opinion, a little bit and hyper-focused on, oh my God, they fell down. Oh my God, they did this.
Yeah.
And part of it is just the world we live in. There's cars driving fast and there's kids on electric bike. Like, it's a little more dangerous of a world maybe than when this cool lady was growing up. But it's always interesting to me how different parenting has been over time. And obviously 50 years ago, if you had 5 kids and they could just go outside and explore the fields or whatever, the forests all day and come back home, life was different. But I do think there's some wisdom in the way people used to raise kids.
Yeah.
And those are always the questions I'm interested in asking.
Yeah. People talk a lot about even 90s parenting and how it was different. It was like, just go play outside, here's snacks.
Right.
Instead of, planned activities. It just seems like we're hyper parenting. Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously huge benefits to the way we do. I mean, dad spending so much more time with their kids is going to be a great thing. More teamwork on raising kids is obviously a better thing. But then I think there is some wisdom in the way.
Yeah. So you mentioned teamwork. We did a whole episode called How Not to Hate Your Husband After Kids. And it's based on...
Hopefully I passed that test.
It was based on a book and it gave a lot of marital advice about how to accomplish tasks, not let it all fall on one person, decrease mental load, stuff like that, because it's shown that marriage satisfaction goes down after kids. Do you have any advice for husbands that are about to enter the role of dad and husband and keeping up that husband role?
We're not perfect at it. I mean,
No.
if anyone has answers, please give us answers. But I think something that's helped me a lot is just defining. Like, you did a really good job a couple months ago being like, these are the things you have to take care of Kiko more, who's our dog. So I think having more, like, we just need to have more conversations about this stuff. And to me, it's like, define it. Tell me exactly what you want me to do.
Yeah.
If you give me a task, I can do it. But sometimes it's like, someone else will walk the dog. Someone else will do this. So I would just say more conversations about...
More communication.
These are the things I really need you to do. Yeah, I think it's just have those conversations and define the roles. I think the stuff that I like completely trust you on is the newborn phase, the medical stuff, like the safety. What do you call yourself? The chief family safety?
Yeah,
I'm
like the chief family safety officer.
So like, there's some things I'm like, oh, cool. I don't even have to think about this. Like, tell me what's going on. If I really disagree, let's talk about it. And then I think my mind's more on like the 2, 3, 4-year-old phase.
You're the chief fun officer.
I'm the chief fun officer. I'm also strict.
But we talk about that a lot, about how women oftentimes get seen as like the one,
bad guy.
Yeah, the bad guy, because we're thinking of safety, and then men are thinking of like, you get to go take Kelly to the park or like on all these fun excursions.
Right.
And that's why I had so much fun with him on the 4th of July, because you were with the newborn a lot, holding her in the carrier, and I went on all these rides. And I was like, wow, I haven't just had fun with my 3-year-old in a long time. Yeah. A long time.
I mean, we definitely get it easier, for sure. I'll acknowledge that one. I don't know who's the strictest parent. Who do you think? I think we're strict about different things.
What are you strict about?
Sunblock. Hats. I don't know what I'm strict about. I think
people talk a lot about how kids just rule now and like can do whatever out in public at restaurants, and people get really heated in the comments about that. What's your take on that?
I mean, everyone's got to live in the world together. We need more kids, right? People have to just kind of take it.
But do you think that parents aren't parenting appropriately, or do you think kids are kids?
I think kids are kids. I think something that I've been working on is picking your battles.
Yeah.
And I think there's only so many things that I can hold against our son. Like, you can't, if you do this, I'm going to do this. And I really don't want to be negotiating with him about every little thing.
Yeah.
My strategy has just been like, hey, I need you to, we need you to get in the car right now. We need to go to school, right? He doesn't want to get in the car. It's like, okay, you can either get in yourself or I'm going to pick you up and put you in the car. I'm not going to negotiate with you.
Yeah.
Hey, if you don't get in the car, then you're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. It's just like, I want to keep you safe. You have to get in the car seat. You can't sit in the front seat.
Yeah.
Either you can do it yourself. I can wait a couple minutes, or I'm going to pick you up, put you in the car, and we're going to get going. I think it makes sense in my mind to parent that way.
Yeah.
But I really don't want to be negotiating with a 3-year-old about everything,
Yeah.
And it's been helpful. It seems like he kind of like gets it and then goes, okay. And then he runs away, obviously, every so often. You just pick him up, put him in the car seat, strap him in.
Yeah. So let's back up to newborn again. How can a dad help the most with a breastfeeding mom?
Just pick up the slack where you can. And when the drain in the master bathroom shower is clogged,
With my postpartum hair.
Go grab the pliers and try to figure it out, and don't complain about it. This happened last night, right? We had to move the crib from one room to another, and we just moved, so the crib's in pieces. And in my mind, it's like, oh, we just spent 5 hours at the beach today. I'm exhausted. I want to sit on the couch and go on my phone. And it's like, nope, just go do it. And it took me 2 minutes instead of an hour, which I thought it would take, but just go do it. And I think if you think about it, the more helpful you are, the happier your wife is, the more sleep your wife's getting, the easier your life is going to be. So bite the bullet. Again, it's 6 months and then you're smooth sailing.
Yeah.
And enjoy it, right? Little kids are cute. Little babies are fun.
Yeah, that's what you're good at. The attitude.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think partners can be helpful with during birth?
Oh, man. I feel like the second one was easy. It was like...
Easy.
No, sorry. Easy for me. I knew, like, bring the water bottle when Taylor needs something. Watch this and be attentive. Ignore this piece. There's definitely things that I just didn't want to see. And I'm like, I'm going to stand on this angle and I'm going to... I don't know, just take in the moment, watch your wife's eyes, see what's going on in her head. And luckily, we had an amazing doctor who was like super calming, and it seems like you had total trust in.
Total trust, yeah.
Which made my life a lot easier. If
Yeah.
he's running the show, Taylor's running the show, just be there. Luckily, someone was watching our son, so it made it easy. And then, I don't know, water bottle, snacks. I don't think we touched the snacks. The hardest part was the night after on the crappy little bed in the hospital.
Oh, we're like, how can you help your wife during labor? And you're like, the worst part was the husband couch at the hospital.
First birth was at a birth center, so it was like, whatever, and herbs and spices and bathtubs and do whatever you want. And then the next one was like medical checklist every 5 minutes, baby ankle bracelet, all that stuff. The next day in the morning, I wanted to go take the baby outside and go get some fresh air. I held the baby, walked out the front door, and then all of a sudden some lady walks up, where are you going with that baby? And then I had to be told the rules were no babies allowed outside of this wing and everything.
But also you got in trouble for like the water too.
Dads, see a task. My wife needs water.
Yeah,
I'm going to go get water.
I needed water and they weren't bringing water to me fast enough.
Right.
This was postpartum. And so Connor tried to get into the water room
Yeah.
where no one's allowed in, apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway, you just kept getting in trouble left and right.
Yeah.
But you bring up a good point that my first birth experience was very different than my second for you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel like was the main difference between giving birth at a birth center versus a hospital?
Oh, man. I definitely like the birth center better. I was a little unsure in the beginning. I was following your lead on it. We've been having babies naturally in a house, in a hut, in a whatever for thousands of years. Obviously, it's easy and possible, right? Obviously, there's complications.
Not easy.
And right. It's normal and natural and evolutionary. And obviously, risky pregnancies need their own category. But your mom was there, who knows, been to 100 births or whatever. We went to the birth center. Like, there was like 2-hour conversations with the midwife. So like, I felt comfortable with them. I just felt more comfortable at the birth center. I felt like there was less rules. I felt just as safe. I didn't feel like there was any more risks. We're 10 miles from really good hospitals if anything went wrong. I just think there was so much more communication between you and the midwife.
Yeah.
And I think they had the same understanding, like, okay, if this happens, we do this. If this happens, there was more communication. So they knew how you were feeling better.
Yeah.
I think they were both good. I think the second one, we knew it was going to happen more. And we had an awesome doctor who I felt just as comfortable with. But we should have done it at home, I think.
I know. We should have. Should have, could have, would have.
Yeah.
But I feel like the biggest difference for both of us was postpartum at the hospital.
Right. 100%. It's just you want to be at your house and you want to be with your baby and you want to be paying attention to your wife and not like, oh, there's this thing beeping or, whatever that is.
Connor's in sales or your history is in sales. And I was like, this is great. I have Connor to convince them that we can go home from the hospital. It did not work.
Didn't work. But I mean, I think hospitals are great. Like every person that came in was a very deep professional in this one thing. Like my whole job is to do this thing. And like that obviously makes you feel safe. I just don't know how necessary it all was.
Yeah.
And
it's hard because it's so necessary for some people.
Right.
But, you know, for people who are very low risk and had very uncomplicated births, it's really hard to not just be able to go home.
The first one was way more primal, in my opinion. It was way more like grunting and yelling. The second births are easier, right?
Yes.
Normally. It seemed like the second one just kind of happened. It was quick. The best thing was we pulled up and then walked a half mile into the hospital, and my wife's doing like the sideways step thing, which I think helped make everything go faster.
You kind of thought I was crazy.
A little bit. It worked out. It made sense.
Okay, fill in the blank. The thing nobody tells new dads is
that you're going to enjoy it.
Aw, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I enjoy all of it. The one thing I do like about social media is sometimes a dad or a parent thing will pop up. There was some story about like a 93-year-old lady that was on her deathbed, and they were like, what was one thing you'd want? She's like, I would just want one morning with my kids. I'd listen to it maybe 10 times over a couple of weeks, and it's like, if like all the little things that you scream about now, they dropped something in the car, or he ripped the new toy that we got them. In 50 years, you're gonna be like, I wish I had that moment again. I think that's what I need. I need these like little reminders of like, put your phone away, slow down, take a deep breath when they do something wrong, and it's like, that's just the kid, and enjoy it. And like I honestly cried from that thing, and it's like how can you just like take a breath and be like, you know, this is life, and you made a child, and enjoy it.
That was so cute.
Back to that point before, it's like, why do we care? You can clean up the house after your kids go to sleep, you can fix your car seat, you can do all that. If you think about it, it's like, it's really funny the things that my 3-year-old gets upset about. Like, we're on a walk before bed, we need to turn around and go home, and they'll have a 5-minute freak out that we can't go down the street farther. And if you think about it in retrospect, it's like, okay, it's so funny when you think about your kids and the things they get really upset about and how insignificant it is. But like, are our problems really that much more significant than their problems? In the scheme of the world in your life, is your kid breaking the car seat that big of a deal? Right. And I keep trying to think in that perspective. It's like, okay, these problems that your kids have, you're like, oh, that's so small and petty. Why would you get upset about that? But like, are our problems with them really that much more significant?
Yeah, things we get so riled up about with them doing.
Right. So that's just the perspective that I try to live by.
Natasha and I talk about this all the time with sleep too. We expect
that's a different subject.
But we expect kids to sleep through the night, do all these things, but look at us with sleep issues. If we watch TV or we wake up and we're stirring, we have anxiety, we can't go back to sleep. We need a sound machine, we need blackout shades, we need an eye thing, we need earplugs. And it's just, I think, the same thing with kids getting upset about little things. It's like, well, we get upset about little things.
I mean, even this, I've started trying not to plan early morning things, because on an early morning flight, I have to wake up 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning for. I set my alarm, and then I go to sleep, and then I wake up 3 times. Like, did I set my alarm right? Did I do this? And if I had to get in bed and someone said, go to sleep right now, it'd be so hard for me to go to sleep. But then we demand that from our kids.
Totally. I've never thought about that.
We're all just grown up babies.
Yeah, that's a good thought. What's something that you feel like having children really changed in our relationship that you didn't think about before becoming a dad?
It just makes it harder. More work, more defining what you need out of things. You have to be more serious about your relationship. Take more time, more thoughtful about it. Check yourself more. Everyone's more stressed and more tired and more cranky and more demands on your time. So I think just thinking about it more and understanding that you're even more of a team than you were before. You both love your kids a lot, and how do you build the best relationship for them and for yourself?
Okay. If you were to share unfiltered suggestions to your best guy friends privately about the transition from just being partners to being parents, what would you honestly tell them?
Do the little things that your partner cares about that maybe you've been ignoring before. It just gets even more important, right? It's like those things can slide, but when your wife is stressed and not sleeping, how do you pick up the slack? Sometimes men aren't good at reading the room. Like, you're really good at, like, I know Connor cares about this thing, I'm going to go do it. I think maybe other men, we don't think about it as much. A lot of dads or a lot of people like me really want to do the right thing and really want to build a great relationship and slow down and think about your wife, not just the kids crying. But, oh, my wife hasn't slept in a couple hours. Maybe I'm going to fix this problem with the baby and then go take her on a walk for a while. Put your work down, take out the trash, and walk the dog.
Biggest piece of advice for someone entering fatherhood?
Putting your phone down and being as present as you can. I think in my mind, I can kind of rationalize being on my phone because I spend so much with our kids. It's easy to work from home. It's easy to spend a lot of time. And I think then 5 o'clock at night and I just want to go sit on my phone, and I can kind of rationalize it because it's like, oh, I've spent so much time with our son in the last couple of weeks. But I hate the idea of our kids seeing us just sitting like this on our phones. And I think it's just, even if you spend a lot of time with your kids, just refrain from scrolling. Spend time with your kids. Even if you're just sitting there watching them play a puzzle, put your phone down. That's all I can say.
What is some of the invisible work that dads do that deserve more appreciation? Are you laughing?
Any problem with the house has to be solved quickly. Even if it's like, I don't know how to do this plumbing fixture thing. Luckily, I'm pretty handy, but I think that's kind of the expectation. Like if anything breaks in the house, I'm expected to fix it in less than 2 hours.
It's so true.
So I don't know if that goes unwritten, but that's definitely the truth.
That's a good one. I don't thank you enough for...
Yeah.
Because something breaks like every day, and it's not on me.
Right. No, it's not on you for sure. It's dad's problem. And it's just another thing to add to your to-do list. So it's like, this one thing broke again, but I'm happy to do it.
A lot of dads are spending more time with their kids than ever before.
I saw recently, I don't know if this is true, but the average dad today spends as much time as the average mom did 50 years ago.
I kind of believe it. People talk a lot about how hard it is managing so many things as a mom. And I see what you do with your work and with kids and with house stuff when things break and managing all of the different
Sounds like we break
things
a lot.
in your life.
We break a lot of things.
I just think that that's something that maybe isn't rewarded for enough with men, is that I feel like their calendars are also booked to the max more than ever before. And you have to be a good multitasker these days to be a good dad.
Yeah, I don't know how we do it. I don't know why it's gotten so hard. I keep going back to the past. Was it that hard 50 years ago?
I don't know. I asked my mom and she's like, it was so easy. 3 kids, so easy. What are you talking about? What are you stressed about? And I don't
Maybe
know,
there's
is
a
that
lesson.
a me problem or is that a her problem? Like she's not remembering correctly.
It's probably both. I mean, I would black out the first 6 years of 3 kids. I think it's got to be both, right? Like we're definitely spending more time. We have higher expectations.
I know you spend a lot more time with our kids than my dad spent with us, for sure.
And I enjoy it. I just think maybe the lesson is we need to find what things we're worrying about that we don't have to.
What is the most challenging thing about being a dad? Don't hold back.
I just keep imagining how much fun I had with our firstborn yesterday at the beach in an hour, just seeing him swim in the ocean and ride a boogie board. Like those things are so fun. But in the beginning, there's not a lot of those moments you have with a newborn. So I think the hardest thing is it's beautiful outside. Your friends are doing something. You get a text and you're like, no, I'm actually going to hop on a medicine ball for the next 2 hours and try to put a baby to sleep. I'll see you guys later. It can feel isolating for sure. Even if you have your partner there and you have another kid running around, it can definitely feel isolating. Like, oh man, for the next 6 months, I'm not going to do much for myself. So I think that goes back to just like get through it. Enjoy it as much as you can. But
yeah, you haven't talked much about how your ability to just go do things.
Yeah, it definitely limits the things you can do, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
We still have a lot of friends that are super single right now, right? And they're like, oh, I'm going to go do this on a Tuesday afternoon or on all day Saturday. I'm going to go fishing with my friends. And I think that makes it harder, is that I have half my friends that have kids and are on the same wavelength. And then I have the other half that are completely different wavelength from where we are.
Right. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. So you went to a birth class with me.
A couple birth classes.
It was 8 weeks long.
Yeah,
once
so
a week.
I feel like I had as much knowledge as you can have going into it. The first
Connor
one
was getting pumped about those birth classes. We were like, wow, this is so cool, raising your hand.
I'm a teacher's pet. What can I say?
Do you think that men should be a part of the conversation in terms of preparing for being knowledgeable in things like pregnancy, birth, breastfeeding? Do you find it valuable for men to be a part of that conversation from the start?
I think so. Our situation is unique, right? You know so much about this world, and there's no new research or news class I'm going to bring up that you're going to not know about or agree with maybe. So I definitely had a crutch with you and how much you know about this world. But I think if I didn't have the knowledge that I got from you, I should have definitely gone out and tried to get that or gone that together. Going on that journey together would be helpful. It makes you such a better partner to know what's going on, back to understanding what your partner's going through. If you don't understand what's happening and how much work it is and how hard all of it is on your wife.
Yeah, because in the birth classes, everyone in society is just like, oh, everyone gets pregnant. Everyone does this. Right. And you don't really see the anatomy of what is happening and how much of a toll it takes energy-wise.
To
and
feed
all
a baby and birth a baby.
Yeah, with everything to do with breastfeeding. You learn so many cool facts about that. And I feel like a lot of people are just like, my partner's breastfeeding. And like,
I mean, it's even interesting how many second-time moms were in that birth class. One of the moms there had a 4-year-old or 5-year-old. And if they think it's important to have another class, then obviously for me, it's important to have a class, or anyone that's doing it for the first time. So I just think the more you know, the more you can help.
If my answer to this question didn't matter, how many kids would you want?
4 maybe. I better start working harder, finding more time to work. I love kids. I mean, it's great to have a big family. All our family get-togethers are small growing up. One thing that I love about our family is how many of our nieces and nephews either visit all the time, like last weekend, or live 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
So those are the best days of my mind, just hanging out at the beach and having all the kids that Kelly knows so well.
You talk a lot about growing old.
I'm already an old man.
No, you talk a lot about that's why you want more kids.
100%. I mean, what do you do if you're... I mean, not to disparage you, but what do you do if you're 60 and you have no kids? Like, what do you do? Golf all day? Like, I don't know what else there is to do. And I just hope we have the home when we're older where our kids still want to come back and spend time with us and bring their girlfriends over and bring their kids over and stuff. So I think the easiest way to be happy is to have an awesome family that you enjoy, they enjoy.
Yeah.
Grow old together.
Yeah. Get taken care of.
And get taken care of. Yeah. Our parents are, obsessed with grandkids, and it's the happiest. Just the amount of time they spend with them, the amount of late night trips after a wedding they take to come hang out with our family.
Yeah.
There's something in that.
Yeah. Dad to dad advice for birth.
Know what you want to watch and what you don't want to watch. Some of it is best left unknown. There when you're useful, and maybe don't watch everything. I think one thing I learned that maybe your mom didn't do great was she was trying to run the room. And do you want food? No, Mom, I'm all right. Do you want food? No, Mom. Like that's why she got kicked out of I could see some dads overstepping their boundaries a little bit. Hopefully you have a team there that knows what they're doing and you trust. But
at the same time, like, you want your partner to know your preferences during birth. So
advocate for the things in your wheelhouse. But,
like you knew that if I was ever to be out of it for some reason, you knew what I wanted and my preferences so that you could communicate that to people.
Right. I think we talked about the plan a lot.
Yeah. And that's something actually that isn't spoken about enough is I feel like the birth plan is such a female-led thing. Mm-hmm. Create a birth plan, do this. And it's always share it with your medical team, your doctor. But you need to be sharing that with your husband and going through it with your husband because they are... aside from your doula and care team, your biggest advocate in the room and need to be aware.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't think until the hospital birth the next day, there was anything that I felt we needed to push back on.
Yeah. You should talk about what happened with the hospital bill.
They cornered me.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. Maybe this is normal these days. I don't know. But I was delirious. I slept on a couch for 2 hours. We're postpartum with our second child. Horrible night's sleep. Can't imagine what your night's sleep was like. But the next morning at 8 a.m. or something, I'm getting out of bed. I'm like, I'm going to go get us breakfast. And I walk out of the door, down the hallway through like the locking double doors. And then there's a table sitting there with a receptionist. And she like flags me down and then makes me pay $8,000 or something. I was like, don't we have insurance? What the heck? I felt like I was cornered. I was like, okay, let me go get my credit card. And I was like, it felt so transactional. Like that's the other thing about a hospital. It's like so transactional.
No. But this is crazy.
Yeah.
So my husband comes back up from getting us breakfast and is like, I just was told to pay.
I just paid for our birth, I guess.
Yeah. Like I just paid thousands of dollars. I was like, wait, what do you mean? Yeah. Like, what do you mean? There was no bill that was present. They did not print out a bill.
Named a price. She could have said $1 million or something.
I'm like, you don't just pay this on our credit card. It was crazy.
They hound you. They're getting their money.
That was wild. And we asked the nurses there, and they were like, it's something that's starting to be implemented more because people don't pay their bills.
I guess. Yeah.
And
then wasn't it a whole bunch of trouble getting it paid?
Yeah, it was
by the insurance company afterwards.
So for months postpartum, I was trying to figure out, okay, why was this so expensive? Like, what is the actual bill like? And it was so complicated, and
They make it complicated. It's like intentionally made to be complicated.
I feel like they just kind of make up the prices too. I still don't really know why it was that expensive.
Or you better bring your credit card.
My husband was like, I was delirious. I don't know. I just gave them the credit card. I was like, what? It was how much?
I think it was that expensive. Yeah, crazy. But yeah, bring your credit card.
Or don't,
Or
because
don't,
then
yeah.
maybe they'll bill you the correct way. How does it feel to be the secondary supportive role in pregnancy, birth, postpartum, and parenting littles? Do your feelings get hurt?
I mean, I'm the favorite maybe for both kids right now. I would say. I just think it's what you sign up for. I mean, they need mom. Mom's giving them things you don't have. So just know your place.
Boobs?
Boobs. Know your place. Yeah, it's what you sign up for.
So your feelings don't get hurt.
A little bit. I mean,
But
it is nice to be wanted. It's nice to have.
when I had a really bad pregnancy with our second, there was a really big shift from our son preferencing you.
Yeah.
And that hurt my feelings, but also made me happy.
Yeah. I mean, 90% of it I love. 10%, I don't know. Having your son sleep in bed with you every night.
How is it being a co-sleeping dad?
It's really cute having your son wake you up at 3 a.m. and he's like rubbing your arm gingerly.
And it feels natural to you, right? I mean, some of it is hard to get used to, but I feel like you understand why he needs someone.
Yeah. I mean, it's really cute to be needed that much. Like last night, I had watched TV for an hour after I put him to bed. And then at 10:30, he comes out screaming, "Dad, I need you." He says that, "Dad, I need you. I need you." I'm like, I cannot say no to this.
Yeah.
So I like run in there and grab him. We're working on separate beds right now. But yeah, I mean, you got to sleep with your kid if they need it. I'm still working on how to separate. I mean, he has a bed on the floor. I'm on the bed. He's mostly in his own bed. We're working on it. But any tips anyone has?
What is your favorite way to connect in a relationship for the fresh postpartum era?
Finding something you guys can both do together kind of every week. I know some other dads that don't like having their in-laws in town that much. But I mean, I love when your mom or my mom's here because it gives us some space to actually spend time with each other. And it's cute to obviously watch them with our kids. But you just got to figure out how to get some alone time. We're not great at it, but we're working on it. And it's just how do you find some time to do the things you used to do together? We should try to get surfing in one of these days. Just how can you find 20, 30 minutes together?
Yeah, and sometimes that's when the kids are asleep.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, Taylor goes to sleep at 7 o'clock every night. So I go to sleep early too, but not that early. So there's really not that much time. I don't know when the time is.
That's the issue. There's no time.
Yeah.
But we know, because we've had 3 years of our son, we know that the time comes back.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just having a newborn, it's really hard. And she doesn't take bottles, so it's really hard to have babysitters. And you know what? I don't really want to be away from her yet, you know. And I think you're really understanding of that and get that and agree.
One thing I try to do is, how do I enjoy watching Taylor enjoy our kids? So it's like we were at the beach, again, beach story, but yesterday, and Kelly was boogie boarding for the first time. Taylor missed the first boogie board ride. So it's like, no, he needs to do it again. I want to watch it. So like I'm boogie boarding. I'm watching Taylor smile, of course, with her phone up on the beach. And it's like, I mean, that's a moment, right? Just watching your sibling together, enjoy something that you're doing with your kid. It's just small moments. How do you enjoy these little things? I feel like all the information I see is on parenting, not all these questions that hear about newborns and birth and stuff. I don't think dads get that much information about this sort of stuff.
Yeah, because your algorithm isn't sending you the stuff that it's sending women, probably.
Right. Remember that article I sent you a long time ago about all the different crazy ways people in the world raise their kids? Everything's gonna be
you
okay.
had me.
Everything's going to be okay. I think that's the one thing dads need to keep saying. It's going to be okay. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I sent this random article. I think I sent it to you, both your sisters and your mom, who are like, I think all they talk about is babies and birth in their sisters group text. But it was this article about some sociologist who went around to 100 different places around the world, to these really unique places, and talked about the way they raise their kids. I'm making this up, but it was like this. A tribe in the Amazon where the moms don't spend any time raising their kids. It's all the teenage girls. And then there's like another one where they don't make eye contact with kids until they're 15. Like there's all these really unique ways that humans have been raising kids, again, for thousands of years. And I think the moral of it was like, and they all kind of turn out okay, right? So it's just like, don't worry about the little things. One thing I'm cognizant of or thinking about is my son gets shy in social situations and some things, which is obviously total normal for a 3-year-old. But I think it's an important thing to be confident when you grow up. So I've been thinking about how do I get him to spend more time with my friends that are adults? Like I took him to a pizza place a couple of months ago with me and 5 of my guy friends that are older, and he hasn't spent that much time with a whole bunch of grown men. And we sat down. He was super nervous from the very start. Couldn't make eye contact. He kept rubbing his eye, which I haven't seen. He used to do that, like rubbing his eye and putting his head down and not making eye contact. And I was like, okay, something's going on. And then he was talking about wanting a hamburger all day. Like he's obsessed with the hamburgers. He's like, I want a hamburger. I want a hamburger. And then his food came and he wouldn't even look at it. Wouldn't eat a French fry. So I was like, okay, like let's go sit at this other table next to my friend. I was like yelling at my friends from over there, and he was eating his hamburger, and he like calmed down. He's great. But I was like, okay, don't worry about the little things. But like this is an important thing. How do we make a confident, happy kid that has lots of friends? And that's something that I think is worth it. Like we're at the park. He wants to borrow a kid's toy. It's like, I'm not going to go ask. He wants me to go ask for the toy. It's like, Kelly, you can go ask. And it's like just repeating it, being next to him, but being like, you need to go ask the kid for his toy. He's not going to say no. If he does say no, it's not the end of the world. But it's like, how do you pick your battles and spend a lot of time thinking about the important things for your kids? What are the things worth trying? What are the things worth, correcting? And then everything else, just let it go.
Yeah.
So that's my only word of wisdom on the kid front.
I just thought of a question because earlier when I asked you like what partners can do during birth, you were like, decide what you want to see and what you don't want to see.
Yeah.
And it made me think of this rhetoric that goes around a lot about how if a partner sees too much in birth, it can like change the way they view their wife. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like your view of me shifted positively or negatively right after birth?
Like
because you
birth?
Saw some shit.
Yeah.
Like I was in primal form, unmedicated, grunting, crawling on the floor.
Right. I think it's a respect thing. It's like, wow. That's one thing that I will never have to go through. That like maybe one of the hardest things to do. The respect for this person that can do super hard things multiple times to bring babies into the world. That's why we should have 4, 5, 6 of them, I think.
So I get more respect.
Even more respect. No, I just want more kids. I think that's it. Yeah, it's just respect. It's like, wow, that's super hard. Thanks for doing it.
But I never got a push present.
I don't know what that is.
Some of my friends got
all these presidents and parties and the baby moon and stuff. It's all whatever.
Some of my friends
Dads have to draw lines somewhere.
Some of my friends got cars.
Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. We have a Subaru. That's all you need. I think the push present is being there and trying really hard and being a great dad.
Yeah.
But that was my first time
being present. I mean, you are, the most present dad. I'm so thankful.
What'd you say? Say it again.
I only tell him these things on the podcast
I hear
on
about it
air.
every once in a while. It's like, you're horrible. And then I get.
I never say you're horrible.
Like, nah, yeah. Cut that out. Edit that out. Edit that out. It's great to have a wife with sisters because it's the best when they say something, then it's like irrefutable. What do you mean? Connor's such a great dad. Your sister said it.
I know.
But I wish I had more wisdom. It's like, it's just hard. I think everyone's trying to figure it out. It's like my biggest thing is just trying to do this. Just slow down, enjoy it, and think about like, are you understanding what your kids are going through? It's hard to regulate your emotions as a 35-year-old. I can't imagine as a 3-year-old. He needs something. He needs you to be next to him. He needs you to understand. He needs you to whatever.
Yeah, we've like lost our patience as humans somehow. I think it's lack of the village too. We're raising these little kids alone, not around a bunch of other little kids.
And not around grandparents. Maybe our grandparents are just really special, but like the patience an older person has, they've already been through it. They don't have that much going on. They have so much patience. It's like, how do you read what they do really well? And like, I think it's just patience.
One day we're going to miss it.
Yeah.
The chaos. Life just feels go, 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 go. I mean, it was hard for us to we were supposed to film this like a couple weeks ago and
then we got sick.
And all the different kids. So, but if you notice, I don't have a baby on me. Mimi's in town.
Small wins.
Yeah. But thanks for joining us, Con.
I loved it. Thank you.
You were nervous. Oh my God. One funny story I cannot forget to tell before we sign off. I sent Connor over the questions last night.
I asked for the questions weeks ago.
Yeah. To be fair, he wasn't very prepared, but I felt like your answers were really good.
How many times did I ask about the questions?
I sent him the questions that got submitted by you all last night. And this morning I was getting everything situated and I could hear AI. I could hear him in the shower and hear AIs.
I had 4
I heard
seconds.
him responding to questions and AI going,
I've got a great
that's a
prompt
really good,
for any dads doing a podcast in the next 6 months.
that's a really good question, Connor. I think that's a really great answer. And it was like, here's how you can improve it a little bit.
Yeah. I don't think we wanted to rehearse. I think we wanted real answers.
Thanks for joining us.
I love
I think everyone should show their husbands, soon
Yep.
to be fathers.
Drew,
and
they have you scheduled for
Natasha's
this time
husband's
next
up
year.
next. I think Connor would be the first one to say it's hard. It's all worth it. I feel like women
Yeah,
talk a
we'll talk about
lot about like marital issues, how they parent and how hard things are. And I feel like men probably don't share wisdom a
Right.
lot with each other. So I do
Right.
think this could be valuable for some people. Thank you so much for joining, babe.
Of course. Love you.
Love you too. We will see you guys on the pod next week with Natasha back. She's been on a family vacay.
Thank God Natasha's back. Don't have all these dads filling in. Hopefully people don't open this and then I'll listen to this one later.
Okay.
A lot.
Thanks for listening, everyone. See you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for hanging out with us today on the couch.
If you love this episode, and we know you did, make sure to follow Moms Interrupted on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube so you never miss an episode.
And if you have 2 seconds, rate us 5 stars. It helps more moms find the show.
And helps us keep growing this thing without charging moms.
Yay for moms! Share this episode with a friend, your group chat, or any mom who needs it.
We'll see you next Thursday on the couch.